and us.
And us.
Oh, shaking the camera.
Yeah.
Okay, we are sitting in our lawn chairs in a place, not the exact camp spot, but just near it, because we couldn't get the exact one we wanted. In the place we were 12 years ago when we took our first cross-country trip in 2010. After I had got the teardrop camper, the little guy teardrop camper.
Oh, yeah.
And we were coming down through Arizona, and I saw how close we were to the Grand Canyon. And we might take a ride down there on the way out. I have no idea how crowded it is. But in 2010, we came down here in October, and it was quite warm. And we stopped at the ranger station and said, any chance, that we can get into the campground down here? And he just said, no way, even back then. And we always had really good luck with campsites back then, really good luck. Anyway, he said, but there's a dirt road. If you take it up here, there's some great spots if you want to go on a dirt road. So we came down, and I looked on the dirt at dispersed camping near the North Rim, which is where we are. And sure enough, I found one of the 3 or 4 roads that we remembered it. And we drove down here, and when we got to the turnoff of the dirt road, we recognized it, right? It turned off into a field, and there was a bridge we had to cross over. So we came up it, and things have changed. I think we saw our campsite coming by, but I'm not sure, but they were taken. So we had to drive up 2 or 3 miles on a very rough road, and we stopped here, and I'll show it to you in a minute. There's a beautiful campsite about 5 minutes from here. It's right at the end of the road, and it's on a point on a cliff. But I took a walk up there. Oh, the wind's coming up again. It does this every once in a while. I took a walk up there, and there's some horrible moguls in the road. It goes way down, then comes up, and at the bottom there are some moguls that are a foot tall. So I'm not worried about clearance of the truck as much, but the camper. So we decided we would stop here, and we're kind of on a tilt a little bit, but we're doing good. Now let me show you our view. Okay. So there is our view, and let me stand up and show you that we are up in the air. And the Grand Canyon isn't down there, but the valley for it is. And if you look way off in the distance, way out there, that is the Grand Canyon. So let me zoom in. The Grand Canyon's out there and down there, several hundreds of feet. So, we just realized we should be videoing this. We're talking about how we were here 12 years ago. Right? How old were we, about?
Oh, you said we were around...
I'm giving you a chance to talk.
55.
So you can say, oh, damn, we were 55.
We were 55.
Okay. I'm giving you a chance to talk, so don't tell them what I said. I could say it.
And we were just reminiscing about how...
Wind.
It's windy up here. Yeah, how it started. We were feeling good, and we just decided to take a trip around that time.
Well, even before that, we were looking for a camper.
Yeah.
And I was all hot to trot about teardrops. So we actually found a 3-year-old but hardly used little guy teardrop. I'm talking
Yeah.
about the ones when you stand up, it comes up to about your chest. It was a 6 feet wide, so we're able to put a queen size mattress in it. And you could lay down in it, you could sit up in it, and we had a fan and a couple of cubbies to put our stuff in, and we had a place to put the laptop so we could watch movies in the middle.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it was pretty. A latch lifted up in the back and had a galley, so you lifted it up and there was a sideboard. We had a cook stove on there, nothing fancy. We put our Coleman stove on there, etc. Actually, I had a bigger Camp Chef stove at the time, and it had a big platform on the front that was made to carry a 4-wheeler or a couple of dirt bikes. So it was a teardrop with this platform that stuck out about 5 feet. Steel, which made it heavy, but we used it. I bolted rubber tubs on it, put a battery there, all kinds of stuff, and we used it for storage.
Storage, yeah.
Carried an air conditioner, which we put in the window of the teardrop, which worked really good to plug in. Excuse coughing.
So it was fun.
So the first trip we took, it wasn't the first trip. We took a trip to Fish Creek, New York.
Yeah.
For the tiny teardrop
convention.
So they all converge there every year, and there's 100 teardrop campers. You sign up and you get a slot.
Yeah.
It was a nice area.
Yeah.
Our daughter went with us.
It was interesting to see all the different types of campers that.
And it was teardrops and also tiny trailers. So ours probably would have fit because they had small, scamps and the small Bambi Airstream ones, things like that. So ours was about that. So this would have fit too. But there were a lot of teardrop trailers. And we saw our first Tab there, which is a beautiful teardrop trailer, if anybody knows. And someone had one on sale for $5,000. I just bought ours for $3,000, and if I had known, I'd have picked it up because it was worth $10,000. It was worth $10,000.
Yep.
So, but
we had ours, and we had it fixed the way we wanted it to.
So that was our first camping trip, and then after that, we said, well, let's go cross country. So we took off across from Maine, and we went right across South Dakota. I'm skipping all the places we stopped. South Dakota all the way up into Washington State, up into Montana, came down through California and Oregon, and we zigzagged and hit all the major national parks. We came down through the southernish area of the country and worked our way back that way. We were gone 2 months doing that. We had an older, 900,000 miles on it, Chevy Tahoe, and we had trouble with it a couple of times. We got laid over in Buffalo, Wyoming for quite a few days in 100-degree heat.
That was fun.
waiting for a fuel pump.
Yeah, they had a pool, so
it
wasn't so
we
bad.
just laid in the pool all day. It was really hot. We had talk about camping. I had this series of poles that I had made from electrical tubing. We had these big blue tarps. So we had a huge canopy with strings and stuff, and it looked like a bad version of Tent City, with a teardrop. Tent City, with a teardrop camper. So, oh boy. I remember we were walking around the campsite and we came across this huge motorhome, with 4 pullouts on it.
Yeah.
It was like a big Greyhound bus or bigger. It was beautiful. And there was a woman on a picnic table there from it, and she was making jewelry. So we stopped and looked and stuff. And I said, "This is a beautiful, motorhome." And she says, "We talked a while." This is, "Where's yours?" And I pointed to our blue tarped teardrop camper. And she looked at it and she says, "Oh." Remember that? She says, "Oh, I don't think I can go anywhere without my washer and dryer."
Washer and dryer?
Yeah.
It was like a home.
Yeah. So, at that point I said, "Yeah, well, that's nice." But, for us, we're camping. And who wants to bring their house with them when they go camping? I don't know, to each his own. And
But
I was thinking paying for the gas for it.
Yeah.
But if you can afford a $500,000 bus, you can,
Yeah.
you're not worried about the gas probably.
Yeah. Yeah, it was beautiful. Jeez.
But anyway, we did a complete loop of the country, and this was the spot we hit upon by accident because a ranger said, if you want to. And I don't think anybody ever came up here at the time. Dispersed camping wasn't a thing.
Yeah.
And we just spent, I think we spent 3 days up here.
Yeah.
Because it was free and it was just nice.
Oh, it was so beautiful.
We just hung out up here. And we unhooked the truck and we took off and we went down to see the Grand Canyon. We came back.
Yeah.
If you ever visit the Grand Canyon, come to the northern rim. There's the southern rim, which is the real touristy part, and the northern rim, which still must be touristy, but it gets a fraction of the vacationers coming to that side, and it's just as beautiful.
Yeah.
And there's facilities. There's a big motel there and all that stuff. So it's run by the Forest Service, but try the northern rim. You'll find it to be much less crowded and quiet.
Quiet.
Although these days, I have no idea. Everything is probably crowded, right?
Yeah, probably.
Probably, I don't know. We'll take a drive down there on the way out, whenever we leave here.
Yeah.
And we'll see.
Yeah.
So, my God, this is a 7-minute video.
Yeah.
And, try to keep the videos around 15, 20 minutes or so. So, this is really packing it in with a lot of nonsense information. But this is a nostalgic time for us.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to find the old photograph of me taking a picture of Joyce sitting in her chair from behind, overlooking the canyon. And if I can find it, I'll put both of them up together. I don't know if you'll see it or not. No promises, but I'm going to try to find the old one. You definitely see the one I took. In fact, I'll show it right now.
Yeah, you can show it.
I'm going to cut it in right in this point.
Yeah.
So how did you like those pictures? Oh, that picture. Dear. So, from here, we're just, I don't know. We haven't decided yet. We'll go someplace. We'll go probably start heading east a little bit through Arizona.
Yeah.
And maybe New Mexico, come up into Colorado. Try to find some places we haven't been yet.
Yeah.
But this is one place, the first place on this trip we have been to.
Yeah.
And because we wanted to come back here. This was the best camping spot I'd ever been to. Not talking about just, not with nice toilets and things like that. Just like you found a gem.
Yeah, a gem.
Since we won't be back here again, if I can think of it, I will put either an address or coordinates for your GPS or a map to get here. And the road is a nice road. It's not horrible. It's just, you got to go slow because it makes, it bounces you around. But there's no holes or anything to get it. It's a decent road.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We're going to sit here and just look at the Grand Canyon from like 1,000 feet up.
Yeah.
So, this is what the road looks like that we're on. And this is pretty typical of the entire road. It's not too bad. It's quite a ways in though. It's a couple miles. And this is where we are parked. We're tipped to the right and forward a little bit. I tried to raise the camper up, but kind of gave up on that side. So as long as our heads are higher than our feet, we're pretty good. We're happy with that. But the view. Here's the Grand Canyon Lodge, which you'll see if you come down to the North Rim. It's kind of three-sided with cabins and stuff. Sitting on the porch of the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
We just climb up a lot of stairs.
We're not used to that.
Yeah, a little bit of rough ground too.
Yeah.
It was worth it.
It was definitely worth.
Let's show you where we're sitting and what we're looking at.
I would hike 45 minutes, I would sit for 50. I'd hike for 45, maybe 15.
How to find the most amazing campsite at the Grand Canyon. When you're coming down the North Rim Road to the Grand Canyon, and you look on a map, you'll see the North Rim. Long before you ever get to the little Ranger check-in shack, you'll see a road that goes off to the left. It goes up into a field, and you'll know it because it has a small bridge that goes over a culvert. That bridge leads up to the sites. When you go on the road for a fair amount, I don't know, a mile or two, I'm not sure, hang a right at the fork, and it'll take you to the rim sites. Any place that looks like a camping site, you can stop and stay. No questions asked, no reservations needed, no permits. I hope you find it. It's wonderful. We just came out of the Grand Canyon going southeast rather, and we came up on this. It's pretty amazing. These are the Vermilion Cliffs. It's a national monument.